Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins find themselves at a crossroads this offseason, grappling with the looming potential departure of their star cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Ever since GM Chris Grier publicly announced the franchise's intention to move on from Ramsey back in April, speculation has run rampant across the NFL landscape. Teams eager to bolster their defensive backfields have been closely monitoring the situation, eyeing the elite cornerback as a prime acquisition target. For the Dolphins, losing Ramsey would undoubtedly leave a void, but it also opens the door for fresh talent and strategic roster moves as they prepare for the 2025 season. With promising players like Kader Kohou, Storm Duck, and Cam Smith waiting in the wings, Miami has internal options, yet the question remains: should they simply rely on homegrown talent or aim higher by chasing a proven veteran in the trade? Mark it into Jalen Watson, the Kansas City Chiefs' dynamic cornerback who could perfectly fit the Dolphins' needs. Watson's journey from a 7th-round draft pick to a key contributor on back-to-back Super Bowl winning teams is nothing short of remarkable. Despite being sidelined last season with a broken ankle, Watson returned with grit and determination to start in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. His resilience and ability to perform on football's biggest stage showcase a player with not only talent but also the mental toughness Miami desperately craves. According to Brandon Austin from Pro Football Network, Watson's availability could align perfectly with Miami's search for a Ramsey replacement, making the Chiefs' cornerback a compelling trade target this offseason. Watson's situation in Kansas City, however, is complicated by the Chiefs' evolving defensive backfield. The team recently added Christian Fulton through free agency and drafted Noah Williams, signaling a shift toward younger talent. Moreover, with All-Pro Trent McDuffie expected to command a hefty salary on his 5th-year option, the Chiefs may face tough financial decisions. Maintaining 3 high-priced cornerbacks might not be sustainable, especially when Watson is entering free agency. This creates a scenario where the Chiefs could prefer to trade Watson rather than lose him for nothing, potentially opening the door for the Dolphins to swoop in and secure a valuable asset. For Miami, this could be a golden opportunity to add a proven cornerback while Ramsey's future remains uncertain. Reflecting on Watson's career trajectory, it's clear he has developed steadily into a reliable defensive presence. Drafted 243rd overall in 2022, Watson spent his first 2 NFL seasons mainly as a rotational player, but showed flashes of brilliance that hint at untapped potential. His highlight moment came early when he intercepted Justin Herbert and returned the pick for a 99-yard touchdown in just his 2nd week, a dramatic display that cemented his name in Chiefs lore. Though injuries have interrupted his momentum, Watson's ability to contribute significantly when healthy makes him a highly attractive option for any team looking to strengthen its secondary. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid's decision to promote Watson to a starting role at the beginning of the 2024 season reflected confidence in the young cornerback's development. Unfortunately, a serious injury limited Watson to only 6 regular season games, forcing him onto injured reserve. Yet, his swift recovery and return for the postseason demonstrated not only physical resilience, but also mental fortitude, qualities Miami values deeply in players who must perform under pressure. Watson's playoff appearances, including the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl, highlight his readiness to compete at the highest level and contribute meaningfully in critical moments. For the Dolphins, the timing of this potential trade couldn't be better. With Ramsey's departure likely imminent, Miami's cornerback room needs a boost of experience and star power to maintain competitiveness in the AFC East. While younger players hold promise, the NFL's grind demands proven performers who can anchor a defense and mentor rising talent. Watson's championship pedigree and playoff experience offer that rare blend of youth and maturity. Moreover, adding a player with Watson's background could energize the Dolphins' secondary, which will face some of the league's toughest passing offenses next season. It's important to consider the broader implications of a Watson trade for both franchises. For Kansas City, moving Watson would help clear cap space and allow the team to focus resources on Trent McDuffie and their newly acquired defensive backs. For Miami, it represents a strategic move to stay competitive in a division where the Bills and Patriots continue to build formidable offenses. The Dolphins front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive in past off seasons, and targeting a player like Watson fits that aggressive mold perfectly. This trade could mark a bold step in Miami's quest to solidify its identity as a defensive powerhouse. From a fan's perspective, the potential acquisition of Jalen Watson offers a storyline packed with excitement and hope. Watson's rise from a late-round draft pick to Super Bowl starter embodies the kind of underdog spirit that resonates deeply with football enthusiasts. Dolphin supporters would no doubt welcome the infusion of championship experience into their secondary, hoping it translates into tangible success on the field. And with the NFL's ever-shifting landscape, a move like this could signal the start of a new era for Miami's defense, setting the stage for thrilling battles ahead. Ultimately, the Dolphins face a critical offseason decision with far-reaching consequences. Should they part ways with Jalen Ramsey, the need to fill the void will become urgent. Jalen Watson's availability presents a unique opportunity to add a talented, battle-tested cornerback without breaking the bank. His mix of youth, playoff experience, and proven clutch performances could provide the Dolphins with stability and leadership at a position of need. If Miami's front office pulls the trigger on this trade, it will send a clear message. The Dolphins are ready to compete at the highest level and are willing to make bold moves to get there. As training camp approaches, all eyes will be on Miami and Kansas City as they navigate these complex roster decisions. The Dolphins, in particular, must balance patience with urgency, nurturing young talent while pursuing impactful veterans like Watson. This potential trade story, fueled by the uncertainty surrounding Jalen Ramsey, adds an intriguing layer of drama to the NFL offseason. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely to see if Miami can turn this swirling rumor into reality and emerge from the offseason with a secondary capable of challenging for championships. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week? The NFL world is buzzing with what could be one of the most shocking moves of the offseason. Nick BOSA, the powerhouse defensive end, has reportedly signed with the Miami Dolphins. While official confirmation is still pending, several insiders close to the situation have leaked information suggesting that BOSA has not only agreed to terms, but has already been spotted at the Dolphins training facility. If this is true, it marks a seismic shift in the power dynamics of the AFC, particularly in a division already stacked with quarterback talent. The whispers started early this morning and have only grown louder, with fans and analysts alike speculating what this means for Miami's defense and their ambitions of finally making a deep playoff run. BOSA's potential arrival in Miami sends a clear message. The Dolphins are no longer content with simply being competitive. They are ready to dominate. Known for his relentless pass rush and ability to disrupt even the most elite offenses, BOSA has built a reputation as one of the most feared defenders in the league. If this deal is finalized, it signifies that the Dolphins are assembling a defense capable of wreaking havoc on their AFC rivals, particularly targeting the slew of talented quarterbacks the conference boasts. Names like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow immediately come to mind, all of whom could soon be looking over their shoulders when facing Miami. What makes this rumor even juicier is the apparent statement BOSA made, reportedly telling teammates and coaches that he is declaring war on the quarterbacks of the AFC. Such a bold proclamation fits perfectly with BOSA's fiercely competitive persona. Though always professional, he has never shied away from setting lofty goals or making powerful statements about his intentions on the field. If these words are indeed accurate, they could serve as the rallying cry for a Dolphins defense hungry to establish itself as the most feared unit in the league. The thought of BOSA leading a defensive front alongside players like Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips is enough to keep offensive coordinators awake at night. Of course, any potential move of this magnitude will have significant implications not just for Miami, but for the entire NFL landscape. The Dolphins have long been viewed as a team on the cusp, With an offense already brimming with weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and a quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa who showed flashes of brilliance last season, adding a game changer like BOSA on the defensive side of the ball could be the missing piece that transforms Miami from playoff hopefuls to legitimate Super Bowl contenders. The excitement among Dolphins fans is palpable as they imagine a future where their team consistently shuts down even the most high-powered offenses. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers fan base is grappling with disbelief. Nick BOSA has been the face of their defense since entering the league, earning multiple Pro Bowl selections and the 2022 NFL Defensive Player of the Year award. The idea of him donning a different uniform, especially one as bold and vibrant as the Dolphins' aqua and orange, is difficult for many to process. If this deal indeed materializes, it raises questions about the 49ers strategy moving forward. Are they entering a new phase of rebuilding, or was this simply a case of contract disagreements or salary cap constraints forcing their hand? Either way, this rumored move would represent a pivotal moment for both franchises. Adding fuel to the speculation, BOSA recently posted a cryptic message on social media, sharing a photo of palm trees and a beach with the caption, "New Horizons." While he didn't mention Miami explicitly, fans and analysts quickly connected the dots, given Miami's reputation as a tropical destination and the Dolphins' clear need for a defensive superstar. Social media has since exploded with theories, fan edits showing BOSA in a Dolphins jersey, and countless debates about how this move will reshape the AFC. The timing of his post, coinciding with reports of his appearance in South Florida, has only intensified the rumor mill. For the Dolphins front office, this would be a masterstroke. They've spent the past few seasons meticulously building a roster that can compete at the highest level, and acquiring BOSA would be a statement of intent. General Manager Chris Grier has been known for making bold moves, from trading for Tyreek Hill to drafting key defensive pieces. Bringing BOSA into the fold could cement his reputation as one of the league's most aggressive and effective team architects. Furthermore, head coach Mike McDaniel, who previously worked with BOSA in San Francisco, could be instrumental in both recruiting and integrating him into Miami's defensive scheme. On the field, BOSA's presence would instantly elevate the Dolphins' pass rush to elite status. His combination of speed, strength, and technique makes him a nightmare matchup for offensive tackles. Pairing him with Miami's existing defensive talent could create one of the most formidable defensive fronts in the NFL. With the AFC boasting so many explosive offenses, having a player capable of single-handedly wrecking a game plan could be the key to Miami's success. Moreover, BOSA's leadership and work ethic could have a profound impact on the younger players around him, setting a new standard for defensive excellence in South Florida. Yet, with all this excitement comes inevitable caution. Until the Dolphins or BOSA himself make an official announcement, everything remains speculative. NFL history is littered with rumored deals that never came to fruition, and this could very well be another case of smoke without fire. However, the sheer volume of reports and the credibility of some of the insiders involved make it difficult to dismiss this as mere fantasy. For now, fans, players, and analysts alike will continue to watch closely, waiting for the moment when either BOSA or the Dolphins confirm what could be the most talked about signing of the year. If this blockbuster signing does indeed happen, it will mark the beginning of a new era for the Miami Dolphins. An era defined by aggressive defense, star power, and an unrelenting pursuit of a championship. And for Nick BOSA, it represents not just a change of scenery, but a bold new mission: to dominate the AFC and take down every quarterback who dares to stand in his way. Whether this is reality or just the latest NFL rumor to capture our imagination, one thing is certain: the entire league is watching, and the Dolphins may soon be feared not just for their offense, but for the ferocity of their defense. Led by none other than Nick BOSA. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!